You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we welcome you to our back bedroom studio. Sounded kind of fancy at first, and then it just went when you said back bedroom.
Yeah.
We really don't have a studio. This
we
is just
keep changing
we
it.
we do well. We moved it out of the sunroom because we wouldn't be able to get it in there anyway because you have all that crap sitting in there.
I'm cleaning out cupboards.
Yeah, I know, but all we do is clean out the cupboards and put it in the room. But we talked about that last week. We're not going to talk about that again. Today's show, we got a couple things I'd like to talk about. New moms kind of resent their partners, and we'll tell you what they resent them for. If you are mentally having a mental day, like, you need a little pick-me-up, wait till you find out what you can eat to help. Do you lie? Do you tell like little fibs? And I'll explain what those little fibs are. We all do it. I've done it myself several times.
Sometimes
you
just
don't want
to
to
keep
hurt somebody's
peace, and you don't want to hurt someone's feeling, or
yes.
just to keep peace if you know it's going to.
Yeah, it's just a little subtle.
But some people are compulsive liars.
Some people like to do it.
They like to tell people what they think they want to hear, even if that's not what they want to hear. They think that's what they want to hear.
Yeah. Honesty is the best policy. We'll talk about that. That's the lie thing. And new habits die easy. And that's true. I've been in that where I've tried different things, and
I'm already not eating right.
They don't. Yeah, we're all doing that.
Well,
it's
it's
that time
the
of year.
holidays.
It's that time of the year. That time of the year. So we might want to just get right into it. But I don't know whether to bring up. We had our Thanksgiving. This is after Thanksgiving when this show is going to air on Monday, and we had our Thanksgiving early
At your mom's.
at my mom's, and it was nice. It was kind of a
Downer.
difficult day. No, it was a difficult day for. I'm just gonna. Can I scar my daughter-in-law? I mean, I know.
Yes.
I mean,
She's our daughter.
she has the most beautiful gift she's ever given us, and that's Finn. And I talk about him all the time. And I'll tell you what he did to me too. But she had lost her brother, and it's just a sad. It was her birthday. It was our Thanksgiving, and to find her brother who passed away apparently sometime, we don't know exactly when, and we're not going to get into details, but it's just our hearts and our prayers go out to the family for sure. And it was a very tough morning. Not when we heard
Tough
about
day. I'm sure she had to wait around all day.
Yeah, right. And I don't know. I don't think the worst. My thought was he was missing, so I thought, well, maybe he just stepped out and,
Or maybe he got COVID and was sick and didn't forgot to call someone, went back to sleep.
Right. Or, was in the ER or something. We don't, you don't know. But I didn't think that way. I just maybe went to a friend's house and, sacked out, whatever. But unfortunately, it was not good news. But we just want to make sure that we send out our thoughts and prayers. And we have a busy week coming up. We're trying to figure out how to, navigate through all this with funeral plans and
an
viewing
18-month-old.
and an 18-month-old. And we'll do it because God has a plan, and he'll guide us through, and he'll guide them through to make it work out. I mean, the best we can. So anyway, that has been our week. But we did have Fenn. We got to watch him Saturday into Sunday, and we found out that we wanted to do a little project, and we thought, well, maybe we would do a little painting project. And we found out he does not like paint on his hands. He does not like that at all. But he doesn't mind it on the brush.
Or his face.
Because he would
lips.
take the lips, he'll take the brush and he'll hold it upside down and paint with the tip. And then the brush, of course, got paint in it, and it's on his face and arms. And so he painted everything. Well, he did paint a little bit on the paper. And it kept him busy for a little while anyway.
Yeah.
But we had to get him in a bath. And I should have known as soon as I put his feet in the bath, he peed.
Oh,
instantly.
I didn't realize
he
that.
peed instantly. Stood there and just let it flow. So I thought, well, put a little more soap in there, maybe, And then he started playing. He was fine. And then the little booger pooped in there.
And you act like it was a catastrophe.
It is a catastrophe.
It wasn't a catastrophe.
Yes, it is. I mean, watching, I'm on the wrong end of this thing because he's kind of getting this look like I'm screaming, no. And he's going, this is happening whether you want it to or not.
You should have lifted him up and put him on the potty and let it go kerplunk and then clap for him.
You
didn't even think of that, did you?
Well,
and the potty's right there. Just to hold the wet baby butt right over the potty.
It was like happening so fast. I mean, it was just like instant. He turned around. I'm like, oh no. And there it was. And I'm on the wrong end of this thing because his butt cheeks are facing me. And I'm seeing this, turd being birthed right in front of me. And it's like, and then, he steps in it. Oh, it was a nightmare for me. I had tapped out. It was like a wrestling match. I tapped Terry in and I got the heck out of there.
You're so bad.
It was.
All I did was clean up messes that morning.
It was the paint and it was, sweater has a spot on it. And oh my God, poop in the tub. And and the way he looked at me like, hey, this is happening. Yeah, well, it was happening. All right. He birthed a turd. I like that. It was pretty good. He birthed a turd right in front of me. It was just disgusting. All right. Let's move on from that.
That's why RJ used to sit on the little potty before they got in the bath when they were little. And he would pretend to go to the bathroom and then he would make Nathan sit there because I think Nathan did that to him once and he was in the tub with him. And so he was like, I ain't getting in the tub with him unless he sits there first.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want a turd floating in there either. I don't know how. I mean, when is 18 months is way too early, right? Or is it not too early?
Some kids, potty train right at 2. Nathan did. But RJ started that from the time he was big enough to sit up and go take a bath with him. Because they would bath together, they would play with little characters or a boat or something in the bath. And, RJ would go through that routine every time we bathed. He would sit there and pretend to go, and then he would make Nathan sit just to make sure he didn't have to go before he got in with him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just it's very hard to keep him on any.
And Nathan was my easiest potty trainer. I mean, and I think that's why, because RJ kind of taught him.
You mean Nathan was the easiest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's saying, hey, this is not, it's easy. Just get on, you don't have to really be changed and stopped. You just go and do it yourself. And as you get older, you learn to really enjoy that peace and quiet when you get into the bathroom. It's when you're young, you don't want to stop. And as you get older, it's like. Oh.
RJ wouldn't stop anything to go to the bathroom.
No. As a matter of fact, he would hide his turds under the dresser. Remember that?
Or the couch or whatever.
The couch.
I remember we had to move all the furniture every week. Room. We had to move every piece of furniture in the house.
It was in this room where I was.
When he was about Fenn's age, probably.
I reached under the dresser.
Maybe a little bit older.
The dresser was right here, and I reached under. I'm like, what the heck? There's like little pellet balls. I'm like, oh my God, that's poop. He would take it out of his diaper and throw it. Oh my gosh. We probably let him eat without washing his hands. That's disgusting.
We didn't.
And we are bad parents.
That's gross.
The more I talk about it, the worse a parent I feel like. This is horrible. All right, let's move on to our first subject. Subject number 1. It's really towards new dads. And, if you're a new mom, right, you have responsibility. You're trying, you love this little child that you have now, and you want to be a team, right? I mean, that's the idea, is you and your partner being a team.
But mom has the milk if she's nursing, so
True.
It's more responsibility for the mom because she has to get up and nurse.
Well, so for some moms, though, if their partner is still going out with his buddies as much as you did before your child was born, you might want to knock it off, because they did this study and it said that 2/3 of new mothers say having a baby has destroyed their social life, and they resent that their partners
still
are continuing to go out, the first year after childbirth is the loneliest time of the young mother's life. Would you agree with that? I mean, when you say lonely, I'm not talking about you have your child and you are fixated, but sometimes you want, because I remember at times when we had 3 boys, they were all, and you want some adult conversation.
Oh, I
can understand
I
that.
remember even just when they were toddlers, locking myself in the bathroom to have a bath just to have some quiet time. And I remember, but I did things with MOPS women or with the church women. We would meet at Eaton Park at 11 o'clock at night just to get some time, some adult time and stuff. So
it says that the survey claims as mothers with new babies spend about only 90 minutes a day with the company of adults other than their partners. A quarter of mothers said their relationship went downhill after they gave birth, 47% arguing more than 1 in 5 said their relationship had become stronger. I just wonder, I
wonder where RJ and Lauren are with that.
Yeah.
I think they work together
RJ
as a
doesn't
team.
go out, though.
No, well, he every once in a while he does.
When?
But last Sunday, was it last Sunday?
That was the first time in 18 months.
And
Lauren,
Lauren has gone out with her friends.
Yes. And
we're willing to help for them to get away and get some adult.
I think you have to do that.
Yes.
I think there has to be some separation. And, it's funny. There was a question was asked today. Diane actually asked me because she thought I had him Friday, but that all changed. But when he wakes up, her thought was, and it's a good point, he misses his mom. I don't want to say that he doesn't miss his mom.
Oh, because when he goes by her picture, Mama.
Yeah. But he doesn't fuss.
No, and he doesn't cry for her.
Right.
And I don't know if that's because he started leaving him with us as soon as he was a year old. I mean, as soon as he was eating well enough to be away from them, he was left with us for a few hours and then overnight by the time he was 1. I know that's partly because RJ didn't want him to never be away from them.
Right.
To never be able to be left, which is a really good thing they did that now with all this.
Absolutely, because we've had him a
lot. And now out of necessity, he,
Yeah.
It would be hard on us if he cried the whole night and wouldn't go to sleep. And then when he fell asleep, he woke up crying for them. That would be really rough.
And he hasn't. He slept 10 hours.
Yeah, and then he gets up and he sees you and he thinks it's romper room time and he gets the toys out.
But I think we both agree that you have to be able to have some separation. You've got to be able to have some me time.
But you helped me with that. I mean, whenever I said, I want to go Thursday evening, someone's doing this, and you would stay home and watch the kids when I made a plan.
I'm part of this too. I'm responsible too.
I mean, I never had any problems with you if I made... So I think maybe some of those new moms need to say, okay, you went out twice this week. I'm calling so-and-so and see if she could do something this night. And you need to stay home and just pin the father down. You need to do what I've done, 3 or 4 nights a week for you.
I don't want to make it sound like if they are listening that he doesn't miss his mom and daddy. He sees pictures and he says, Mama, he likes to watch videos on our phone. And
yes.
He says, Mama, as soon as she comes around, he's riding that helicopter at Kennywood. So it's not that. It's just that it makes a little bit easier for those, if you do have to watch him. We've had him enough time to where he wakes up and he knows it's familiar.
Yes,
it's
with
not
our house. Yes.
Although he slept at my mom's house, and he hadn't been at my mom's house maybe once in the last year. I think it was Christmas.
Easter and Christmas last
Easter
year.
this year.
Easter this year. Yeah.
But my mom...
Or was it this Easter we had to cancel because everyone had COVID?
Oh, it might have, you know what? You might be right.
I mean, we've had to cancel a lot of different things because one or someone had COVID in the family and we didn't get to see anyone.
But he fell asleep during our Thanksgiving, and I had him in the rock. My mom had a rocking chair, so I got him. He fell asleep pretty easy. And of course, Mom does the grandma thing that my kids remember to this day because he used to stay overnight at Grandma's. She'd lay out about 14 blankets, it seemed like. And it was like you were laying on a cloud. So when I put him down, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's never going to wake up to this. He's going to sleep for a while. And he did. because it was so comfortable. I wanted to sleep on that. It was so comfortable. He slept for 2 hours. We knew we were in trouble.
Yeah, and then he stayed up a little bit later than usual. Of course, he's usually in bed asleep by 8.
But she made that. I mean, that bed was so comfy, and it wasn't a bed; it was on the floor. But you'd have thought you'd be on some kind of what's the big fancy mattress that they have out now? It's like a cloud. She had to make a mattress and patent it and sell it because that thing was comfort. I mean, it felt like it'd be something you could sleep on for a long time. Maybe better than the waterbed that we still have.
I still like my waterbed.
That sloshing around we do.
Slosh.
All right. So anyway, I think so young dads, maybe not go out quite as much or find
make
a way,
an appointment for your wife to go out with her friends.
Or do something together and
leave them with the
grandparents or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you need to do. So I think we just solved that problem. Problem solved.
Yes.
For new dads and new moms.
They used to always say it takes a village to raise a child. And that in the older days, that was fine because like your family, they all lived there in that corner, at one point. And that's really easy to help each other out. And like when Dottie lived next to us, we could help each other out with kids. If someone had to go to the grocery store and someone was sick or whatever, she was right across the street. And we could help each other out with kids, help each other out with picking up from kindergarten and stuff like that. Worked out nice. And you don't see as much of that anymore, because, like they're in Pittsburgh, they're too far away for us to just jump in the car. Help.
Oh, you're choking too. I'm choking because I ate burnt broccoli. Like a goofball. I don't know why I even put that in my mouth. I can't get that taste out of my mouth. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have cut the tops off. It's awful. I mean, that's the other problem. I'm burping here. We should have probably done the podcast before we ate. And now you're choking. I got this broccoli breath. I can smell on the mic. It's bouncing back to me. Remember when you put the mask on for the first time? And that smell, you're like, ooh, I thought I brushed my teeth, but apparently I needed to do some mouthwash too. But man, that broccoli breath is horrible. I probably should have done this after we talked about it, but apparently there was a survey that wanted to know when people pass away, what the request is to have in their casket. And it's interesting that you might be interested to find out what people request to have in with them when they pass away. I don't care
about having anything.
I mean, I don't need anything. I'm not going to use it anyway.
I know.
But a survey showed that people requested to have their cremated pet's ashes with them.
Or in with their ashes. My friend Leslie, she had her pets put in with her.
Other people's requests when they were planning funerals said they wanted to be buried with their savings. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't want anybody to have it. Who knows?
No, but I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's
any of my worldly possessions can go to anyone who can use them here. I don't need them anymore. I'm too much looking forward to that new complete body that doesn't hurt. No aches and no pains and no, it's perfect. It doesn't have any disease or any sickness anymore. So I'm looking forward to that.
Some people want to be buried in their own garden, which you can't do. Unless, I guess if you have your ashes, right? Can you?
Yeah, if you get cremated, you can, because my grandmother was in my Aunt Bonnie's, which my Aunt Bonnie lives in my great-grandmother's old house. So my Aunt Jan and my grandmother are in her garden.
Oh, okay.
The ashes are.
Oh, okay. Not like just a urn, an urn or something.
Yeah, there's like an angel with a urn like thing, drawer or something underneath it or something.
Oh, okay. And finally, some people that are planning funerals wanted to have a phone in them in the coffin. Why in the world would you want the phone?
To know how many calls you're missing.
You can get those spam calls in there.
Yeah.
And maybe you'd want to answer.
Yeah, do you know your warranty on your car is out?
Yeah, that's not the only warranty that's out at that time. Okay, next subject. Do you feel mentally drained sometimes?
I have ever since all
I know
this
you're
happened
cold.
this weekend.
You've always been cold.
But I've been mentally drained. I had a mental day Friday, and then Saturday was even more.
Yeah, we've had some.
I've had 2 or 3 days that have just emotionally drained me because.
Well, if you're mentally drained, apparently you can eat some chocolate. Doesn't say what kind.
Dark chocolate?
Well, I don't see why not. It says researchers tested the impact of different foods on brain performance found from that flavonols. It's a compound found in cocoa. Increases the flow of blood to the brain. This, they claim, makes certain mental functions like basic math easier to do. It also means people feel less mentally drained after a long day. So a little bit of chocolate. You know, it's funny because I don't mind a little piece of dark chocolate when I come home.
I know, lots of times.
Yeah, little piece of dark chocolate
keep it in the cupboard
when I come home.
all
Another piece after dinner. Another piece before bed. Another piece in the middle of the night. I'm just kidding. It's not that much. I noticed too. You act like you're not
I
grabbing
have a
on.
piece every once in a while.
Yeah. There was a fly just flew on my.
Not every day like you though.
Well, no. You see, let's talk about what you are hitting. And if you're going to hit me with the dark chocolate, you are hitting the pub mix. That we are going to make some Chex Mix stuff or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
So you're eating that. So let's not just jump on my chocolate. What else are you jump? Probably the chocolate cake, because I noticed there's a nice big chunk missing. Did I really eat that much chocolate cake? Oh,
yes,
boy.
I did taste
stop.
it.
Let's
I
just
did
stop.
have a taste to make sure it tasted good, but that was it.
We might want to stop.
So I had a bite.
Yeah, because obviously I'm eating way too much. All right, final thing for this segment. Guys, I'm sure as you get older, maybe you were younger, you relied on your moms to fill your Christmas stockings with new underwear. I don't remember my mom. I'm sure she did.
You don't remember getting underwear
I
for
don't.
Christmas?
No, I don't. I probably did, but didn't. You know how you just throw that to the side because it's
you
underwear.
were more interested in the video games and
because you replaced the holy underwear. Apparently, guys are increasingly shopping for colorful, tight-fitting underwear in the same way that women hunt for the latest sexy bras. You don't hunt for sexy bras. As a matter of fact, a lot of your bras are just like exercise bras. They're not even sexy.
Thanks.
Well, they're not. I mean, you're just not into that right now.
They serve the purpose.
They serve right. They're over-the-shoulder boulder holders, right?
Yes, that's what my brother used to say.
Yeah, you don't go out looking for a sexy bra, though.
No, I think I might have, when we were young and first married, I might have gotten like lingerie set with panties and bra that matched or something. I had a red lacy one at one time.
I do remember that.
I mean, but I didn't have a lot of it, and I didn't go extravagant with a lot. At that point, we already had kids, and I didn't have the money to put into.
Yeah,
well, no, we put the money into kids stuff instead of into us.
Yeah.
I mean,
we would meet in the bathroom every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
That's about the only time once the kids come, meet me in the bathroom. Yeah. For what? What are we doing?
We got to get a good TV show on so the kids will sit in front of it
for
that
didn't last long. Doors knock on the door. I got to go. We only had one bathroom, I think, at that time.
Yes, we did.
Too. So guys are looking for tight-fitting underwear, which is surprising. I thought guys liked
loose.
The loose.
I like the guys out there.
They want to be jiggling. I don't like the boys jiggling. I want them close by. I don't want them hanging
in
low.
Place, huh?
I want them in place, ready to serve. It's just not happening a lot of times. Retail experts say designs are getting bolder, and men are becoming more body conscious about their underwear. I don't know. Is that true?
Not you.
50% of men are
You're
shopping
wearing the same kind you wore for 30 years.
For their own underwear. Well, I know, but it's hard to find
the kind
I
you wear.
like.
Mm-hmm.
But women are still more frequently picking up the product for their husbands. But I found it's been a long time since I've
bought
some underwear. Sometimes they stretch, and when they stretch, then sometimes like the The one on the right side wants to kind of sneak out every now and then. And it's like,
TMI,
man, you need to get...
TMI.
No, there's people that need to know this. They, underwear stretches. I don't know if the dryer is screwing it up.
Well, yeah, if they have elastic bands, if they have elastic in them at all, the dryer will ruin the elastic eventually.
So ladies, you can ask, maybe you can answer the question, ladies, what kind of underwear? Does your husband still buy underwear? Or does he have you buy it? Does he have a particular kind he likes to buy? Have you ever thrown some undies away? Have you ever thrown any of my undies away?
Yes, I think I have.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Without telling me?
You didn't miss it. I didn't even miss it.
See, and that's why I think if I was going to say I could throw some of your stuff away or get rid of all that stuff back there, but I can't because it's too big of a pile.
Yes, this time it is a very big pile.
You would notice the pile was gone. So.
And the last pile sat in the garage for quite a while, and as soon as you got rid of it, I've been wanting something out of it. So
you aren't missing it.
I am. No. I'm missing a pink cable knit sweater.
It's here somewhere, I'm sure.
It's not. I've looked everywhere.
You sure it's not here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you would
think
know.
it was in the last pile
15
because
closets.
I think it was too tight for me because I was heavy when we got rid of the last pile. And now I lost weight and it would fit.
So
really nice.
Why don't we just put all this stuff back in the closet and then?
No.
Why not?
Because I got to get rid of stuff. If I'm going to retire,
but we don't get rid of it.
And I got to get rid of more dress clothes because I'm not going to wear nearly as much.
Maybe you can play dress up for me. Pretend like you're going to the office and I'm your boss.
Yeah,
and
I can.
And you did something wrong.
Projects
and
done.
I have to.
You want me to?
Man, I am dreaming. I am such a dreamer. Must have been a really rough weekend. Looking, we're laughing, and we'll finish up with this. A study found that laughter is the best medicine, and I do believe that.
I do believe that too.
Even if you're looking forward to having a good laugh, it can boost the immune system and reduce stress. There are some times I've seen comedians on the Dry Bar Comedy Club. They do a lot. It's just very, very clean. Some of those guys are extremely funny. And there is something to that for laughing, right? Just laughing, having a good time, bringing out that, trying to get that good feeling. And I do believe laughing is great medicine. They said that anticipating a happy, funny event can raise levels of endorphins and other pleasure and relaxation-endorsing hormones and lower the production of stress hormones. And everybody's under stress a lot more for sure. All right. So coming up, we're going to talk about the little fibs that we do, and we'll talk about some of the new, you want to change your lifestyle. You want to be healthier. You want to exercise more. Well, how long does those new habits really last? We'll find out coming up next. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter. And they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Welcome back to the second half of our show. We want to thank you. I really do want to thank you for, actually, it's picked up a little bit, Terry, for listening. I don't finish
good.
my sentences. I need to finish my sentences. I've noticed that I stop and move on to something different. But we do want to thank the people that have really stuck by us and listened to our banter. And it's basically what it is. It's just, crazy.
Talking out loud.
We had Zachary, talking out loud. We had Zachary here talking about his hemorrhoids. And he, he's now, he has a nickname because he talked about on the show that had some laser. They call him Laser. I thought that was funny. He tells us everything, and God bless him. We are very blessed to have our three boys. We got to see two of the three. We saw RJ for a brief moment, but
we saw him twice.
Oh, I saw him. Yeah, that's true. We
last
saw him
night, too.
last night too, and we took him back. So, so Zachary's now Laser. We're gonna call him Laser. And then they said laser focus, but I think Sarah said no, not laser focus. That's not what they meant. Although he when he focuses on something, he is like a laser, sort of. So we're going to talk about lies and the little fibs that we tell. They polled about 2,000 people, and they found that those who admitted to lying, 42% consider themselves to be convincing fibbers.
Oh, I believe a lot more than that. I probably.
43% said they struggle to tell believable mistruths. Other people told lies include making out that you spent less on something than you really did. In other words, if you bought something, they say, "Oh, you paid too much," and you're like, "No, I didn't pay that much for it."
I paid. It was on sale.
Yeah. Or sometimes they would fib about enjoying a meal that they really didn't like. Have you ever done that? You don't have to say. You don't have to say it.
I don't think so. I don't
Have you ever
think
gone
so.
out?
And I know that my sister and I will go shopping for a dress for like a wedding or something together, just because we know that we'll be brutally honest. Like,
well, you don't want to show up to a wedding looking like
she puts two on, and I'll say I like that one better than that one. But do you like either of them, or do they both make me look fat? Well, you are 20 pounds overweight now. They're gonna show your weight.
Yeah. Well, they make dresses. You guys know. I mean, you've had certain things that hide. You try to, black is supposed to be thinning. That's what they say. Are we keeping you awake?
I don't.
Are we all right over there?
I can't finish it though. Do you notice that? It started and then it didn't finish.
This is a rough one. I think we're a little drained. I don't think that's unfair to say that although I didn't sleep poorly like I have been.
I've even slept good and I still am drained. Just when I drive, I also see people on the sides of the street.
Well, that's true.
Now.
Terry actually drove up onto something that happened. It's going to be different when we tell you the story because it's a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later. At least Terry was driving up and she thought she knew she saw something in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you tell the story. It's your story.
It looked like trash or something, but then it sat up and it was a lady in the street that had gotten hit.
Now, the first thought was it was hit and run, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
We haven't heard any update. Now she's in the hospital, and you had saw one of our boys' friends
from school.
He played soccer with RJ and Daniel, and he's a police officer, and he knew you right away. Huh?
Oh yeah, yep.
And But yeah,
asked me a couple questions and then asked me if I wanted to go ahead to work. And I said, yeah, if I can, I don't need to think about this any longer.
Well, yeah, that really started. That's happened Friday. And that she had my truck because your car was being worked on. That just kind of started this whole weekend.
Yes.
Didn't it? It really did.
Yes, it just has gone, And
I haven't heard an update on whether she's okay.
I mean, and you know what? That's just it with the news and stuff. Like even police reports, it'll tell you like the police report, but it doesn't ever give you the update on how, like,
Right.
Like even when you hear like a shooter and they got, say, 12 or hospitalized and 3 dead, you don't hear, do the 12, are
No.
2 still, a week later, are 2 still in ICU
No, you
and
don't.
10 of them are, better and out and, but
you don't hear anything.
you never hear that. So
There's not a lot of updates, depending on what the news wants to, what they're conveying at the time.
yeah, how they want us to think.
Yeah, it's whatever their what am I trying to say? What's the word? Penny likes to tell me words. And,
Okay.
it's whatever, like the news media, whatever they
they want us to control us to think. Navigate. Yeah,
their point of view or whatever. It's not the word. I'm sure I'm going to hear about this now when I can't remember the word. The biggest reasons for lying include not wanting to offend others by revealing what they really think. I think you got to be careful. Some people are, even though they want you to be honest, I think you still need to be careful because their feelings get hurt, even though they know it's true, but they don't want to hear from you. They'd rather hear something more positive.
I have offended our daughter-in-law.
Yes.
Not that I meant to, but you asked my opinion, and
we have to.
If someone asks my opinion, maybe sometimes I'm too bold with it, but if you ask my opinion, I am going to tell you my honest to God truth.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't line up with your morals and standards, and it does mine, then
you have to agree to disagree.
I'm sorry. We have to agree to disagree because I'm still going to say that it's wrong or whatever because
it just
it's just built into you and that's okay. I mean, I don't have to agree with everyone.
No, it's not.
I don't have to agree, and I don't have to see everything the way you do.
No, we still love you. We just want things to be honest. I think you're better off being honest than it coming out.
But honestly, then you know what I feel about certain subjects, and not to bring them up.
Yeah. Some people don't like to be try to avoid telling off somebody. 51% feel guilty when they don't tell the truth. 42% revealed a lie that has come back to haunt them. I could see that. I didn't go to that whatever function for this, and then guess what? It came back and they found out you were someplace else, and yeah. Well, over in London, they're trying something. It's called Tasty Truths. And what it is, it's a pop-up booth. And you go to this booth and you go and confess your fibs, almost like they do in confession at the Catholic
Church.
Does. So you would go to this booth, and those who do so receive a free burger. So you get a free meal out of it by just letting it loose, saying, this is what it's open to the public. You go to this Tasty Truths, and you confess your fibs. I don't know if I would do it for a burger. I can't think of anything that I've done recently.
You might do it for a Klondike bar.
Oh, I probably would. You do anything for a Klondike bar.
Say, I told her her dress was pretty and I didn't really like it.
What would I say if I had to confess a lie? Is there anything that I've lied about? There has been times when I'm said I'm busy when I'm not really busy because I just don't want to leave the freaking house. That's sad. It is sad that I'm such a homebody, but I am. Here's the top 20 most common lies. So I wonder if you could name any of these. We'll start at number 20. Now, the number 20 most common lie, I like what you're wearing.
Yeah, that would be the most, yeah.
I would think that'd be higher, but that's a number 20.
And see, if I don't know why people would say that if they didn't.
Don't you have to say anything at all?
Yeah, you don't have to say anything else at all. I mean, if you don't like my dress, just don't say nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything. You could stay quiet. It's not a big deal. You don't have to say, I really like that. and then turn around and go, did you see what her butt looked like in that?
Yeah, I mean.
Showed every role that could possibly show.
Yeah.
Number 19, I enjoy my job is a most common lie. If you don't enjoy your job, I guess you would say that.
I used to enjoy my job, but as things go, I feel like less and less helpful because I don't get the info anymore. I
have one
Country
of the
club
best jobs I've ever had in my life, and that is the truth. I've been blessed. I've got people that are just fantastic to work with, and it's almost too good to be true. Do you ever feel that way? Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah, I know, knock on wood, because yeah, exactly. Oh, I think a stink bug just hit me in the back of the head. Something did. Anyway, God, right in the middle of the show.
Is it crawling?
I don't know. It feels weird now. I feel like it's almost as bad as being turned on in the bathtub. Number 18, I can't or couldn't get any phone signal. You know, like when you...
Oh, yeah,
when you're trying to get a hold of somebody.
My sister tried to call last night and I didn't answer the phone.
But that's not a lie. You didn't
I didn't hear it. Yeah, but...
Number 17 of most common lies, the train or bus was late. I hear that a lot. I had to work late is number 16. That's an easy one to tell. Because, unless they actually work with you, that would be tough. The email went into my junk mail, so they never got it. That's a good lie. Oh, here's one for you, Terry. And you might finish this as a common lie. I've got a headache. Of course, you just don't say that. You just say no. Number 13. I don't
feel like it.
That meal was nice as a common lie. Number 12, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Man, that's mean. That doesn't seem like that seems like a really harsh that you would say, I enjoy seeing you, but you really don't. And number 11, I'm not very well. I think I've used that one back in the day where I didn't want to do something. It's like, my stomach's upset. I think it was when I was working at my other job, and it's like, I just didn't want to go. Just don't go. I get to the point where if I don't feel like going, they even tell you that now. Businesses will say, listen,
if you don't feel like going where?
To work.
Oh.
If you don't feel like being here, you're better off not, because they say safety-wise, you're not thinking because you'd rather be somewhere else.
I'm telling you, they wouldn't say that to me in my job. No one wants to sit down there and do what I do.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 now. Number 10, not disclosing actual price of an item you purchased. I've done that. I have to cover my face.
I know, because it's to me.
Because I've got a couple things that I bought.
That are worth a few hundred more than you said, right?
Oh, yeah, there's... I can't look at you in the eye now. I've got to move this paper in front of me.
And I've never even asked you.
You haven't, but it's just, yeah. It's there's been some things that I've
spent too much money
that I've purchased, and I'm like, oh man, what was I thinking? Like, I'm trying to order a truck, but that's not going to happen.
You already ordered it.
I ordered it, but I don't know if we're ever going to see it.
Well.
Number 9, don't know what happened there. I probably used that one too. I don't know what could have happened there. I don't know. I got stuck in traffic. That's a good one. I've used that a lot at times.
We have actually got stuck in traffic.
We have. I've got no money.
That's
not a lie. That's the actual
truth.
Truth.
Through our windshield too in traffic.
Oh, that bolt coming through. Yeah. I've got no money. That's number 7 of a common lie.
Yeah. Well, and you know what?
Back in the day, we didn't.
I would say, and you know what? I would say that I've gotten out of going places. And some of the places I wanted to go to, but I don't spend more than we make.
Right.
And I'm not going to use a charge to go do something that someone else just to keep up with the Joneses and to go do something. And I know some people are offended by that when I tell them, we just really can't afford to do that.
It's not even that.
Car insurance is due or something's due, and I'm not going to take and put us in the red to do that.
Well, we'll be going to red to go see Bluey.
Oh, yeah. Well,
with Finn. So just be prepared now. Now that you're retiring. Number 6, I haven't got any change. I don't have any change. I never carry change.
Well, and nowadays everything goes into your debit card, and you don't have cash on you anymore.
True. Number 5 of the common lies. Nice to see you. Wow, that's a common lie. Hey, it's good to see you. Number 4, I'm busy then.
The only thing is, like, good to see you. I wish I could remember your name. Is coming in the back of my head. Yeah. I used to be able to remember people's names. Like, I know you.
Well, that was that person.
Where do I know you from? Maybe then your name will come to me.
We were voting, And the person saying, "Hey, Ron," I'm like, "Who is that?" And I just could not place him. And then to find out it was one of your old beaus you used to go out with. I don't know how he knew my name. He must have one of those dolls you stick pins in, and I'm still around. Number 3, I am listening. Oh boy, I better cover my face up.
I know you're not listening. You zone out on me all the time.
I'm listening right now. And number 2, I'll do it tomorrow. That's a common lie. And the number 1 common lie is, what do you think it is, Tara?
Number 1?
Yeah.
You liked my food.
No, we already did the food one. I forgot.
I forgot.
Did you ever use that a lot?
They just didn't want to do it.
They did not want to do it. What do you say?
I forgot.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sometimes, though, the older I'm getting, I do forget. I have learned I have got to write, because when I go to work and somebody will say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" If I don't do it, and other people hit you,
I actually have a tablet on my desk. I write down every phone call. I write down like if it's an early release for a kid or the kid was sick. I write down the kid's name, sick, mom called, whatever. Everything that happens, I write down.
I'm telling you,
it gets done. Otherwise, I can't remember.
I can't remember nothing. I can't. And it's irritating, because then I'll think the next day, "Oh crap, I was supposed to do."
But then again, I am answering the phone and the door at the same time. Sometimes I'm buzzing someone through and having to remember to put them in the system while I'm trying to get a kid in a hall pass to go down the hall. And so.
Well, especially if, I think I'm going to have to get into the habit of writing things down, because I'm getting older. My brain's not working, and it just happens. You got a lot of stuff on your mind, a lot of stuff going on. And I think that a new habit it'd be smart just to write it down. Just so but I don't always I don't carry around a pencil and paper either.
All the time.
So it's because it's just something I don't do. I'm not Batman. I don't have a belt like Batman. Maybe I should find a belt
with all the
my utility belt and have all my fancy stuff in there.
I'm afraid of what you'd have in there.
Oh, I'd have some good stuff in there, baby. All right. Now, Tara, we've changed some things. You especially have changed how you eat, and you actually did get through it. You did the 10-week
I did more
diet.
than 10 weeks.
A lot of people like to change. They want to change. They always do this, and we'll probably talk about it as the year goes on, because obviously we're getting to the holidays. We got Christmas coming up. We got New Year's. You always do the New Year's resolutions,
which I need to go back. I'll need to go back on the diet by then.
And yeah, it's been tough, but you did it though, and it lasts a lot longer than most people do. A lot of people like to change. They're saying they're going to exercise more. They're going to cut back on their alcohol. They're going to eat less, and that lasts typically about
a week or two.
A little longer than that.
A month.
It's a little bit longer.
6 weeks.
2 months.
See.
Last 2 months. Now, I would think after 2 months, if you've gone 2 months.
Yeah, you might have lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds.
Then you're doing good, I think.
Yeah. As long as you don't go on binge eating as soon as you're off that diet and put a whole thing right back on.
The thing for me that I'm surprised that I've stuck with, and there's been times when I've not wanted to do it, but ride the bike. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now.
Yes, you have been.
And we've tried to do weekends. We haven't, the last couple weekends we have not done it. You get on the treadmill, I get on the bike, and we, on the weekend. But I'm surprised that I've stuck with that. Now, as far as the eating thing, I was doing this fasting, and man, that's gone out the window. I tell you, the food in this place is just.
It
happened to me again today.
Donuts all the time.
The donuts and the cheese balls it's just, and they're just sitting right there. There's a table that just has all these. Everybody brings something there's pretzels. There's there's a giant bucket of candy now. Anyway, so people that are trying to make changes in their life, it lasts about 2 months. And the poll said that most people stick to a new habit for an average of 7 weeks. You said 6 weeks, and then they give it up. 20% only a month. So you actually named a couple of them. You said a month.
I figured.
53% said they admit to trying to make positive changes to their habits, but failed to keep them up. And it's showing that exercising more often or going to bed earlier, or hitting that 10,000 steps.
Well,
have you hit 10,000
steps?
And
then we're in a miracle pill world where, it's easier to take a pill for that than it is, you're depressed, get up and take a walk. They don't say that to you anymore. Walking and exercise it releases things in your system to get rid of some of that depression. But they don't do that anymore. They give you a pill.
They want to give you a pill.
Yeah, they want to give you a pill for everything instead of, hey, try getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and taking a walk. And, if you still don't feel good, eat something light and exercise,
I don't think you have to hit 10,000. Even if you start slow and hit 2,000 or hit 4,000 or hit 6,000 one day, and then you hit, you try and build up.
I mean, if you're not taking care of yourself and taking pride in yourself, how do you expect yourself to come out of a funk?
This is going to sound weird, but, through all the COVID, through all that, I really believe, and I'll probably, whatever, knock on wood, but with the exercise, I've been taking more vitamins. I'm trying to watch what I eat. I haven't got sick. I really have not had that major, both of us really, I mean, even yourself.
I had COVID you work twice at a school. That I know of.
Yeah, but it's been spread out. It wasn't like you're sick and the second sick.
I'm thinking the January before it actually quit, I'm thinking I had it. That's when I really felt it in my chest.
I just think if they tell people that that you exercise more, you take vitamins, you are more apt to feel better, but we just don't do it. Anyway, so a lot of people are trying to adopt the 10,000 steps. Other things that people are trying to change, eating less meat, maybe a little more salad, maybe less portions. That's what you did on your diet.
Yeah, I mean, if we would just all change our portions to what's on the packages, like your pasta is supposed to be a fourth or a half a cup.
Yeah.
A fourth a cup of rice. I mean, if you look at the portions that we're supposed to have, and then when you go to the restaurant, you've got 3 or 4 portions on your table, on your plate, that no wonder we are all overweight.
Yeah. Some people want to turn the lights off when they're not in a room. That'd be a good thing. How about closing a drawer when you're done?
Don't you remember your parents saying, "Do you live in a barn?
Yeah.
Close the door." My
turn
dad
the lights
was always
off.
Turn the lights off. You're paying my power bill for me.
Some people want more me time.
That's wrong. That's Zachary saying he needs
he
his
wanted
me
more
time.
me time, and
my time.
I could see that. There was times I'd like I had a couple days off, and I really felt like I got, because I'm paying money for the radio station, and I felt like I got
to actually do something with it.
Do it because I'm paying money for something.
And I know Zachary liked it because he would just sit down and play the piano or sit down and play the guitar, and he just enjoys my time just sitting and playing his music. And I miss that. I miss him being here because I could sit and listen to it.
So why do people want to do these changes? Well, they want to improve their physical health. They want to save money. They want to do their part for the planet, but some people lack willpower to actually getting into it. Maybe they do it, the exercise part, and they don't lose. We've been through that. We've done it that way. Tried all these different Golo. The Golo might have worked.
I think it would have if I would have stuck to it longer. The thing about it is, they repeat their foods for the 1 week too often for us. So what we need to do is take a Golo and put a twist on it and buy a little bit less, like when you're having salmon, buy a little bit less and put in a meal from the next week in there or something. But I think it would have worked if we would have adjusted it for a little bit longer and stayed on it longer. I think it would have.
So what are some of the changes that people do but fail to do? There's a ton of them here, but we're not going to go through them all. Some people have tried going on a vegan diet, which I could see losing interest in that, especially if you've had meat and you know
and you enjoy
how good meat is.
Yeah.
Some people grow their own food and stop that.
Organic.
We've been doing this is probably our best our garden ever did. Oh, I forgot about those tomatoes. It just reminded me.
Yeah, they're frozen out back.
Yes. Some people.
But we ate tomatoes clean through November.
I know we did. That's true. Some of the top 10 life-changing habits that people try but don't really do, we'll go to the top 10. Having more me time. We just talked about that. Wanting just, and a little more than just the bathroom time when your legs go numb on the toilet. Recycling my trash. We do that. We recycle.
We pay the bill. We might as well recycle it.
Some people want to read more, but they don't do it. You actually were reading pretty good there. But you've had some other projects. So, I mean, if you would go back to reading.
I like to read.
I wish I would read more because I don't read enough. I do this stuff, but I still don't even read everything.
But that actually gets you reading.
Yeah, it does. Eat more salad, something that people have tried but given up. Give up or cut back on alcohol is number 6. Going on my phone less. I could see how that would be tough. A lot of people love their phone. They're taking it in their car. They won't shut it off. They're into that. That phone is just... and
their Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook,
and this and that.
TikTok, Instagram. I mean,
they think everyone cares about every little thing they do.
But if you're listening to us on your phone, thank you. Please use your phone more. I know you want to use less. We want you to use it more on our show. But we also want you to be healthy. Reducing your sugar intake. God, I wish I could do that. That's me. Sugar's so good. There's a reason why they make sugar.
Well, and you crave it. Once you start eating it, you crave it. The same thing with salt. I found on my diet. Like if you're having too much sugar or too much salt, that's one of the major problems for losing weight. You have to you may not be eating very much, but if you're eating salt like pretzels every day, that salt is keeping the water gain in your system and you can't lose any weight.
Sometimes you need that salt. We've been eating those pretzels like they're going on style. I should never have bought those.
Oh, I know.
Honey wheat pretzels.
They've been my downfall.
Oh, they're just staring at me. We just talked about sugar intake. Number 3, hitting 10,000 steps a day, which you were doing. Are you still hitting the 10,000?
Not this weekend. I didn't because we had little.
No, but I mean, during the week you usually do.
Looks like I did pretty good today.
There you go.
8,600.
That's not bad.
I may.
Got to take the small steps.
Yeah, I may. By the time we go to bed, I may hit it.
Well, this is funny because number 2 is going to bed earlier, and we don't have to worry about that.
Oh God,
Man, are we going to bed earlier? Because it's so dark so soon.
I know.
It makes it feel like it's
not only that, it's cold and you want to go in the bed and cuddle. I don't want to get up out of bed in the morning though either. And I'm not doing so good at exercising with you because it's cold in the morning and I want to stay in that bed.
Yeah, when she says exercising, she really means exercising. For those of you that have dirty minds. She's not thinking of anything else. It's exercise.
I have to do my stretches and my strengtheners for my back.
I know, but you said cuddle and then exercise, and I didn't want people to think that we're actually doing something.
Oh, no. Not before work. It would cloud our minds.
Cloud your mind, yeah. Yeah, you tell me about dreams before you go to work. That's you. Oh, I had a dream about that. And then you say, bye. That's you. You think that's funny. It's not funny. All right, number 1, exercising more often. Of course, it's exercise. Everybody wants to exercise, but that is something you have to
plan. Because you have to plan it in your day.
I mean, I'm up at 4:30. I do the stuff on the station, and then I get on the bike at 5, done at 5:30, get in the shower. It's a whole routine. It's just something you've got to be able to. I'm a morning person, so maybe some people like to do it in the afternoon or evening. I don't know. I don't want to come home and do it.
I found that I don't do it when I come home.
Yes. We don't.
Even if I plan to do it. Yeah. I mean, the only time I'll do it is when it's sunny enough to go to the pool.
We walk around the pool, we'll swim, whatever. Yeah. I think that's going to make it a little easier. But that's the only
time I could do it in the afternoon.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't get on the treadmill later. I'm tired, mentally drained from my day, whatever.
Yeah. All right. That's it. We did it, Terry. We got through it.
Well, that's good.
We want to thank everybody that listened. Don't forget, you can subscribe. And every Monday, you get an alert. We release new episodes every Monday. And it's working because I'm getting alerts for my own show. I just like to test it out and make sure it's actually working. And you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Good Pods. I mean, we're on anywhere you can get a podcast, we are on. And we want to thank all of you that have listened. You can check us out on Just Talking Out Loud, our webpage. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter account. So hook us up. Talk to us. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want us to talk about, and we'll do that. And we are done. So we're out.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.